Travel professional, I'm about to bust some marketing myths that are wasting your time and costing you bookings. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jo with Wanderlust Social, and I am so glad you're here because today, like I said, we are myth busting. We're busting those myths that travel professionals we've been falling for, and it's time to stop. Now, if this is your first time here, please drop a hi in the comments below so we can welcome you to our community. And if you've been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe and bell notification so you know when we release new information. It's so easy to fall for these travel myths. Things like you have to go viral. Y'all, it just isn't true, which is why today we are busting myths. Our first myth is that marketing is hard. It's not hard. It's letting people know what you sell, who you are in the world, how you're going to take care of them. And it isn't hard. And it shouldn't be taking you 40 to 60 hours per week to do, which is why Wanderlust Social has created bundles. They are easy, they're going to help you convert, and you can get all of your marketing, not just social media, but social media, blogs, your emails and newsletters that need to go out, videos, because y'all, video is king, that is not a myth, that one is reality. We can help you get all of that done in a short amount of time, and it will be converting so that instead of taking time and marketing being hard and figuring out what do you have to say, what am I gonna say, what am I gonna post, what am I gonna make a video about, it's all been done for you. Again, marketing should not be hard. The next myth is that your marketing can be put on autopilot. Now, okay, this is going to be controversial to some, but there are companies out there, we'll call it Twig, that will run marketing campaigns. They're gonna hook up to your social media. They're gonna do everything for you. But the truth is that autopilot isn't good. It's not helping your business. And the reason is because those systems that do that don't know you. Everything that you send out needs to be your branding and have your fingerprints on it so that your clients know that it's you. Additionally, those other companies, when they send things out, they are sending things out like in a wide array. They're sending things out about cruising and then theme parks and then Europe and then Africa. And if you don't book all of those things, you are really doing yourself and your company a disservice to have all of that going. I know the temptation to let them do that is so strong because they're gonna do it for you. Again, it's gonna be on autopilot. You don't have to think about it. But if you're not thinking about your marketing, then my question is, who is? It's the suppliers. They're the ones that are paying. If you're subscribing to something that's free, you have to ask yourself, who is the one paying for this? And in those cases, it is the suppliers. Again, they don't know your value, they don't know your niche, so it's not really speaking to your ideal client. And I will tell you, in the absolute worst case, because we do a lot of research at Wanderlust Social, we follow our competitors, we're paying attention to what suppliers are doing, we are really plugged into the industry. And I will tell you, we have found cases of those autopilots where people are just saying, yes, hook it up to my social media, just send it out, where the suppliers are having their posts, so the caption, actually the caption or the copy that goes with the images, takes your clients directly from your Instagram feed, if they happen to see it there, to the consumer client-facing site. So they are completely bypassing the travel advisors. We haven't seen much of that, but we've seen enough of it to know that it is happening. So travel advisor, do not fall for the myth that your marketing can be put on autopilot. Your marketing needs your fingerprints all over it. Another myth we've seen people fall for is that you can't repurpose something. Y'all, this is where the magic happens. Back in the day, they used to say somebody needed to see something like 7 times with great branding on it to recognize that's who it was from. And the days that we live in, where we are truly the most marketed to generation ever to exist, that number has gone up. It's not 7 anymore, it's closer to 22. So yes, you can repurpose things. Take that blog, turn it into a social media infographic. Take that infographic, turn it into a carousel. Turn that carousel into a reel, and then take that reel and turn it into a story. You can reuse it. Okay, let me give you an example. In our Epic Universe Wanderlust Social Epic Universe Wanderlust Social bundle, we have a blog that's about the rides that are worth waiting for. Because y'all, have you seen that? Okay, at the time of this filming, like the Harry Potter and the Battle at the Ministry, the wait for that is over 300 minutes. It says 300 because the clock can't go any higher than that, but we know it's longer than that. So again, the blog's about which rides are worth waiting for. And I went back through it and we're gonna pick 3. So we're gonna talk about the Battle at the Ministry, we're gonna talk about Stardust Racers, and we're gonna talk about Monsters Unchained. So what you could do is take that information from the blog and turn it into an infographic. Now, an infographic is a static post. Static means it doesn't move, and it's got mostly words on it. So you could put a picture from Epic Universe behind it, or you can just have it be in your brand colors, and it would say, these are the rides you need to wait in line for, and you would have them listed. Battle at the Ministry, Stardust Racers, Monsters Unchained. Okay, so now you got your static post. But then we can take that same information and turn it into a reel. But this time, not a reel, we're gonna turn it into a carousel. But this time, the first slide is gonna say, these are the rides we're waiting for. The second slide will be about Battle of the Ministry. Third slide is going to be about Stardust Racers. Fourth slide is going to be about Monsters Unchained. And fifth slide is going to be your call to action. Then we're gonna take that exact same thing, and this time we're going to turn it into a reel. And in this case, we could take a video, just walking through the park at Epic Universe, and we can do a voiceover. You could say, these are the rides we think are worth waiting, and you would talk about them. Then you can create a story. You can create one story for each one of those rides. And that is how you can repurpose everything. Now, one of the questions we get at Wanderlust Social all the time is, okay, so I'm gonna repurpose it. Am I gonna post these back to back to back? And the answer is no. So maybe you'll do a carousel on a Monday, and then the next week you'll do a static post, and the week after that you'll do the reel, and a week after that you might do stories. So you're gonna spread them out, because the odds are you don't only sell Epic Universe. So you kind of want to scatter those together. So that myth is completely busted. Definitely repurpose everything. Have you heard the lie that you have to have traveled to a destination in order to sell it? Well, that's up next on our list of myth busting. That is not true. What you have to do in order to sell a destination you haven't traveled to is take the time to do the research. Take the time to understand the destination. What is the culture like? What is the electricity? What kind of money do they use? Thankfully, again, Wanderlust Social has that for you. In our destination bundles, we provide a fact sheet, which we are getting a lot of comments. People are using that kind of as a cliff notes to help learn about a destination so they can sell it. This also makes a great client touch. If your client says they want to go to Bali, you download the fact sheet information, send it to them. It can also be added into your itineraries and online apps and things like that, so they have it with them at all times. Again, the items that you're getting from Wanderlust Social are going to come to you in a Canva template, so you can make them and brand them completely for your company, your voice, your colors, your logo, your fonts. And if there's more information you want to add, you can do that. If there's something that you're like, they don't really need to know that, you can take that out. But you do not have to have traveled to the destination. Another question we get is, okay, so I haven't been to the destination. How am I going to get images and photos for that destination in order to use it in my marketing materials? Well, Wanderlust Social now has the asset library. And the asset library is full of, among other things, images and videos of destinations all around the world. So it doesn't matter if you have been there or not, you can go into there. It's incredibly reasonably priced, especially when you consider comparing it to copyrighted images or things that you have to buy the licenses for. It's a really great deal and a really great way to highlight places, again, that you haven't been to, but that you want to sell. The last one is big, because we've all been told this. And this is what everybody is trying to sell us. Are you ready? In order to make it and get lots of sales, you have to go viral. Friends, I have real feelings about this one. You do not have to go viral in order to make sales in social media online. The real idea of all social media is to reach your ideal client. But here's what no one's telling you about going viral. In order to go viral, you have to have usually a reel, because video is stronger than anything else, that is very generic so that thousands and thousands and thousands of people like it. If you are making things that are that generic, you are not speaking to your ideal client. Does that make sense so far? Because we're going to go further into this. So let's pretend you've made a generic travel video and it was really funny, and maybe it was something that happened on a plane and thousands of people saw it and thousands of people started following you. Now, when you break it down and start talking about your niche and your specialty, those thousands and thousands of people who were there because it was generic travel may or may not be interested. And this is the way Instagram is working right now. They are going to send things out to your followers first, including those thousands and thousands of people. And if they are not engaging, they are going to tank the algorithm and they're not going to send it out to anybody else. Because Instagram now wonders, okay, you have all of these followers, why is nobody engaged? Why is nobody commenting? Why is nobody sharing? Like, what happened? And that tanks your algorithm. And that can actually take years to recover from. Because again, the algorithm is wondering, why is nobody engaged? And you're sending this out, you're thinking, I've got thousands of followers, but yet you're sitting at home behind your computer wondering, why isn't this reaching your ideal client? Viral is not the answer to making sales. Reaching your ideal client is the answer to making sales. That more views, it doesn't matter. What matters is engagement. And if you are reaching your ideal client because you have talked about your specialization and how you're going to help them travel to these beautiful places, they're going to engage. So going viral, definitely not the answer. And anybody who's trying to tell you that, they're lying flat out. There's no other way around it. You do not have to go viral in order to make sales on social media. I'm curious, which one of these myths did you fall the hardest for in the beginning? Or which one of these kind of surprised you when you heard them? I'd like to know. Let me know in the comments. Or even more, what other myths have you heard that you know travel professionals are falling for? Let us know those, because we can bust those as well. We're not just going to do the 5 we talked about today. We're going to bust every one of them that doesn't have any place in our travel marketing. So when you are ready to kick those myths to the side and get serious about up-leveling the marketing for your travel business, Wanderlust Social is here to help. And it's not just with social media. We can help you with email marketing, blogs, videos, those client touches, because y'all, we think once we've got a client, we're done marketing, and in reality, you are not. You want to have client touches throughout their journey, sending them packing lists, maybe a Spotify or Apple playlist to get them inspired about their destination. That's how we continue to marketing to clients once they are with us, so that they will come back again, and even better, tell all their friends about what a wonderful job you did and that you were the only person who should ever be allowed to book travel in the world. Wanderlust Social is here to help. We have 2 subscriber plans. Our foundation plan is the equivalent of 1 bundle per month. And we also have an accelerator plan. It's the equivalent of 2 bundles per month. And don't get that one unless you are serious about growing your travel business. That one's really there to help skyrocket the people who are really ready to run and to go. Our bundles come, again, with everything you need, including those client touches. And it's really going to save you so much time. Instead of spending 40 to 60 hours trying to write your own blogs and emails and everything that goes into it, everything is pre-made, completely customizable. It's going to save you lots and lots of time. Again, I would love to hear what myths surprised you, what other myths are out there that we can totally bust and get rid of those too. Let us know in the comments. Until next time, happy marketing.